Good evening and thanks for joining us. Gun violence and gun safety are challenges communities face all across South Dakota.
A woman in the Pine Ridge community has plans for a campaign focused on gun safety in her community. Ideas which could pay dividends for any town or city. KELOLAND's Dan Centella looks at this push for a future with fewer loved ones lost.
Autumn Tubols is a mother and grandmother who wants safer days for kids in the town of Pine Ridge and beyond.
I'm trying to, really get within the communities and talk about, if you're going to be a gun carrier, to get a permit, to, register with the tribe, work with the law enforcement. We're not trying to take away gun rights, not at all. We're trying to ensure that we have safety in our community.
I think it's going to bring healing to us, because we have to talk about this gun violence. We have to talk about the people we've lost.
Her good friend Julie Richards, who is also a mother and grandmother, wants to help with this effort. Richards brings up the loss of 19-year-old Ashton Provost and Provost's unborn child to nearby gun violence in 2023.
That's the main one that comes to mind when I think of this gun violence, because she should be here and her baby should be here.
Tubols sees the campaign including people going into communities and speaking about gun safety. And she makes clear that this is not anti-gun messaging.
We're not trying to say, you can't carry a gun. We're trying to make people responsible gun carriers in our community.
Tubols wants Brian Brewer involved in the effort. The Navy veteran sits on the Oglala Sioux Tribe's Veterans Committee. He's also president of Oglala Lakota County's school board, and he'd like to see lessons on gun safety sink in for kids.
How to use them, how to respect the weapon themselves and use them in a good way, with hunting, things like that. We have a lot of game here. A lot of people hunt, which is really great. It helps, especially with the economy.
And across South Dakota, hunting season will be here soon.
Guns are, I think, a privilege to communities for hunting rights, for sport, not to be utilized as intimidation or, threatening the community with guns.
Shaping safer communities for the next generations. In Pine Ridge, Dan Centella, KELOLAND News.
Tubols, Richards, and Brewer are all members of the Oglala Sioux Tribe. Dan has two stories which you'll see next Thursday about a big horseback ride for young people on the Pine Ridge Reservation with the nonprofit Sage to Saddle.